Yo, what's going on, Planet S.O.N family? It's your main man, JD. Thank you for tuning in. This is Drinks with JD.
Charlie Chopstix comes from, I used to go by the Kid Deluxe.
Okay.
That was the first rap name I started rapping with. So that's like a throwback history right there.
Yeah.
So I used to go by the Kid Deluxe, but like, you know, growing up, honestly, I started rapping like my last year in high school, like my last semester.
Okay.
I did a talent show.
Okay.
And then from there, people were like, you should probably do it.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do it, so I started doing music. But my friends would still call me like the Breakfast Deluxe.
Okay.
Or they'll start making fun of me, you know, like Breakfast Deluxe from McDonald's and stuff like that. So one day I was with my sister and I was thinking like, I need to switch up my name.
Yeah.
And for some reason, she was calling herself Chopstix.
Okay.
Just Chopstix.
Just cause?
Yeah, just cause.
Okay.
So that night, I ended up going out with a friend.
Yeah.
And we were, you know, I forgot, we went somewhere and we were coming back and a song was playing on the radio, and he's like, "Hey, bro, what if you're a DJ? What would be your DJ name?"
Yeah.
So he gives me his DJ name, and I'm like, "Damn, that's hard."
Yeah.
So I'm here trying to top him. We're both like, you know, young. I'm trying to top him as far as, you know, putting out a better name.
For sure.
So I thought about my sister, how she said Chopsticks.
Yeah.
And at that time, there was a lot of artists coming out with like first name, last name, first name, last name, like Rick Ross, Don Kennedy, for example.
For sure.
So I'm like, you know what? I want something with a first name and a last name.
Yeah.
So when he asked me that question, everything went like,
yeah.
So I went ahead, Charlie Chopsticks.
There you
and he's
go.
like, oh, that's hard. That's hard, bro.
That's awesome.
And then from there, I remember like going to one of my Facebook accounts or one of my social medias, I can't recall, and just changing all my names like Charlie Chopstix. And then from there, it's been sticking on with everybody.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah.
No doubt,
I go places where some people just know me as Chopsticks. Like, it's Chopsticks, or they just, you know?
That's what I'm talking about, man. No doubt. All right, man, so let me take it back a little bit to your family.
All right.
Right? So right now you're just mentioning how, you know, your sister, you know, was, you know, had her own name, and then also how
I just took it from her.
no doubt. And also, you know, you were mentioning your father and your baby. Are they your fans? Like, do they like your music? Like, do they tell you to keep going? Are they
At first, it was just,
encouraging?
you know, like, I mean, I'm gonna tell you straight up. My mom broke my heart a long time ago.
Okay.
Now, and it's funny because it's kind of like contradicting right now.
Okay.
She broke my heart like a long time ago. I used to want to do music, right? I wanted to do music since I was like maybe like 13, 14 years old.
Okay.
I used to tell them like I want to do music. And one day my mom was like, si fueras chingón, ya estuvieras en la tele.
No doubt.
And basically saying like, man, if you were a badass, if you were so good at it, you would have been famous already. And that kind of made me like, it made me angry. And it made me like, it broke my heart, you know, it's coming from my mom. But at the same time, when I started pursuing this music shit, and I saw that I wasn't quitting, and now that my mom tells me like, oh, I seen your video. Yeah. Or she tells me like, why'd you get that girl?
Yeah.
Oh, I heard your song. So now it's kind of good because I kind of like, I turned them into believers now. Now they're telling me like, when are you dropping a new song?
Wow. Yeah.
When's the next video? My dad always kind of supported me. He's always been there for me. He kind of tells me too, like, hey, you know, keep it up. But at first, they weren't really like, you know, they were just like, yeah, he's all talk. They didn't start believing me until they started seeing videos. And so they started seeing like other people like start calling me like Charlie Chopsticks or people singing my lyrics. So people like, hey, sabe que su hijo, hey, you know, your son does this, you know, your son does that. So that's kind of how like they started believing in me and shit. But my sister, my oldest sister, yeah, she's always been there for me. She's always been supporting me. She always tells me to keep going. So yeah, definitely my sister's always telling me. Matter of fact, one of my little sisters, Melody, she's the one that be putting my lyrics on Instagram so they can get synced.
Yeah, oh, that's awesome.
So she's the one that does that. So yeah, because I'm too slow on that shit. So,
no doubt. That's cool that
so
she helps you out.
Yeah, she helps me out. She be helping me out.
That's what I'm talking about. And does your daughter think like, yo, my daddy, he's pretty cool?
Well, my daughter kind of like, when she was younger, she contributed a lot, like I guess to like my writing process because I'll be in the room or in the living room, wherever I'm at, and I'll compose a hook or I'll compose a verse and I'll be practicing it and she'll start mimicking it.
No doubt.
And that's when I'm like, okay, if my little girl's mimicking it, maybe it's catchy.
There you go.
So that's kind of how I always went by. Like if my little girl kind of started singing after it, like ooh, you nasty with it, and I would be like, okay, it works, it works. You feel me? So yeah, definitely she contributes to my music, you know, to my process. Yeah.
And that kind of reminds me of like different musicians or different rappers, how they also did it. Like let's say Nelly, like
Nelly,
Chimmy Chimmy Coco, you know what I'm saying, like something like that. Yeah, and
down down baby,
yo, street in the range. Yeah, exactly, just like that. And overall, just different things. How people will catch the melodies of a lot of things, you know. And,
and definitely. Everyone has like their own creative process.
No doubt, no doubt.
I stopped writing, to be honest. I used to write in the car, at home.
Wait, what do you mean you stopped writing?
I stopped writing. Like I don't write no more.
So how do you do your music?
Nowadays, I just go to the studio, bro, whatever I feel like.
Wow. So it's like a freestyle.
Yeah,
it's like whatever's
all my
in your
records,
soul.
all the records you guys heard, to be honest, have been freestyles. Like, we just go to the studio and how we feeling, however I'm feeling with my boy Palms, with anybody that works with me, with my engineer, and we're just like, fuck it, you know, sounds good. And that's how we've been working out. Like, I don't really write and go to the studio. However, if you're an up-and-coming artist, you should definitely write because it saves you a lot of studio time.
For sure.
I get writer block now, bro.
No doubt.
But when I do get to write, I kind of just jot it down on my notes, but it's kind of usually when I'm driving.
Okay.
I don't know where I get so much inspiration while I'm driving.
No doubt.
Something about driving, like that song that you told me you like a lot, Nasty.
Yeah.
I sat on that beat for like maybe like 2 months.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I sat on it. I showed my boy. I'm like, what you think? He's like, oh, you know, it's kind of, you know, it's a little different. You feel me?
Yeah.
And then one day I was about to exit the freeway on my way home, and I was like, ooh, you nasty with it.
Yeah.
And I'm all like, ooh. And I'm all like, oh shit. And I showed my other engineer at the time, my boy Iris, and he's like, hey bro, let's record it. Because he's the one that hooked me up with that beat. I don't know if you noticed, but that's on my Crook beat.
Okay.
No, he's produced for like Blueface. He's like a platinum producer right now. So, I mean, I've been blessed, man. Like, just the opportunity was there.
You got one.
Yeah, I got that beat because he was on the other room. We were recording in Neighborhood Watch Studios out there in North Hollywood, and my boy told me, hey, you know Mike Cook's in the other room. Yeah. And I was like, hey, what up? Like, you think I can get a beat? Yeah. He's like, go talk to him. So it's the first time ever, no one knows that, but that beat Nasty was for Blueface's album.
Wow, no doubt.
Yeah, that was for Blueface's album, and he opened up the folder. He had like 60 beats. We only went through like 10. Yeah. I heard that one. And I was like, let me get this one. And then he sent it over, and that's how it happened.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's how we did that record, but yeah.
That's a dope record, man. That's one of my favorite
records. I appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
Now, let's take it back a little bit.
Okay.
So, growing up, what type of music were you into?
Oh, growing up, definitely not rap.
Okay.
So I'm like, I'm first generation, right? So like, honestly, I grew up listening to Bronco, Los Tucanes de Tijuana, to be honest. Whatever my mom was bumping at the time when she was cleaning the house. No doubt. That's what I grew up listening to. I didn't get into rap until like 2004, 2005. Okay. Because one of my friends put me on, because he had an older brother. Yeah. So I got into like rap with 50 Cent. No doubt. But before that, it was a System of a Down. That's when I first started getting into my own personal taste. Yeah. I used to like heavy metal rock, alternative rock. So like Papa Roach, Slipknot, System of a Down, Blink-182. All those were bands that I used to listen to. And that's pretty much, I wanted to be a rocker, bro. I wanted to be in a rock band. To be honest, I just never found the right people to make a rock band with. Yeah. But I still got like, one of my goals is to like put out a rock song one day. Just
that's
for,
dope.
You know, just,
yeah, you should. Why not?
Just for the fuck of it, you know what I mean? Because it's music and I like music. But yeah, so hip hop came to my life like in 2004. Everybody was talking about go shawty. Yeah. And I'm like, who is this guy? And I know at that time there was that software, like what was it, LimeWire?
Yep. The software that gives your computer A's, right?
Yeah. I definitely messed up my computer downloading a lot of music. But throughout those searches, I got into other artists like Nelly, Ludacris, whatever artist was popping at that time. I started just downloading music, and next thing you know, like I was into hip hop. And 50 Cent came out at the time where, I'm not gonna lie, I guess I wanted a little girlfriend. I was starting to get into girls. And around that time, like everybody was like 50 Cent, or like hip hop 50 Cent. So I'm all like, damn, I want girls. So I'm all like, maybe I gotta rap. So it just became like a little fantasy wanting to rap and shit.
You want to do like a 21 questions type of,
hell yeah. And that's how I got into hip hop. And from there, I got into it, and then one of my friends was like, nah. you gotta listen to this, because
Okay.
he had an older brother.
Okay.
I haven't seen him since then, but shout out Frank Flamengo, his brother. That was my best friend back then. He's the one that introduced me to like Wu-Tang, Nas, Jay-Z,
Yeah.
and all the artists that came before
The
50
legends.
Cent. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah, the legends. And he's like, yeah, you gotta listen to this. And I started listening to it. I started appreciating it, but I didn't appreciate it until later on. Until I
Okay.
started seeing like the new sound of hip hop.
Okay.
How it was kind of like, I wouldn't say watered down,
Yeah.
but it wasn't as pure as like Jay-Z.
No doubt, no doubt.
You know, Biggie. You know what
course.
I'm saying? A Tribe Called Quest. See, I listened to all those. You feel me?
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
All right, man. So as a fan, right?
Yes,
As a
sir.
fan of Charlie Chopstix, you know, I seen how diverse you are. You know, saying from your singles to your EP, and you're also your new stuff, right?
Yes.
Of how your style could just be spread out.
Yeah. I'm like everywhere right now, to be honest.
No, I mean, I think it's dope. I think how you just change up your style, you know, that's pretty cool, especially for the fans, you know. But how would you describe your style?